How do you choose a jiu-jitsu academy? This advice is specifically for the hobbyist, and even more specifically for the hobbyist over a certain age. If you're in your 30s or your 40s and you're thinking about starting jiu-jitsu, this video is for you. So how do we choose an academy? Now, if you want to be a high-level competitor, you will have a different set of considerations, and that will be for a separate video. But this is specifically tailored for those of us over a certain age who want to be proficient at jiu-jitsu but not make it a career. How do we choose an academy? The number one consideration for choosing your academy is proximity to your home. How far away is the academy from your home? If it's too far, it becomes easy to negotiate with yourself and talk yourself out of going to training for that time. You've had a long day, you've been at work, maybe you've done some stuff with the kids. It will be easy to tell yourself, I'm not going to jiu-jitsu tonight. Or if it's way out of the way and you are a morning person, it will be easy to talk yourself out of going to the morning session before work. So proximity to your home is actually the number one consideration. Number two, the number two consideration for your academy is the culture of the academy itself. Is it a good hang? Do you like being around the people at the gym? This will be dictated by visiting. You gotta visit. You've got to take the free class or the free couple of classes or the free week. You have to do the evaluative process. Do you like training there? If you don't like training with the people, you will not go train. It's quite simple. I like to say that a good gym with a great culture is better for the hobbyist than a great gym with a subpar culture or a cutthroat culture. The culture matters, especially to us as hobbyists. So do you like training there? Does the gym have a good culture? And that comes down to, is it a good hang? Number three, I'm not to credentials yet. Number three is still not credentials of the instructor. The number three consideration is financial. Period, end of story. Now, if you have unlimited resources and this doesn't matter to you, skip ahead. I totally understand. That is an awesome thing. But for many people, the financial considerations matter. And they matter in this way. They matter in what is the cost per class when you break down your availability. So you might have an academy with 16 different sessions you can attend on a weekly basis. That's a great thing. But if you can only attend 3 of them, then your weekly attendance will be 3 at best. Now you take the cost of that academy on a monthly basis and you say, okay, I can go 3 times. The cost is X number of dollars. Therefore, my cost per class is Y number of dollars. So I suggest to you taking your budget, then breaking that down to a weekly attendance, and then amortizing that over the cost of the monthly tuition. A part of this, a little subset of this, is do they have a contract? Look, life comes up, things happen. How stringent are the contracts at the academy you want to attend? My academy has no contracts, and I think this is a big deal. I think having no contracts when you have a life really makes a difference in making that choice. Now, finally, what are the credentials of the individual who is teaching? This is the final consideration for the hobbyist. Again, this is a different set of considerations than those for somebody who wants to be a high-level competitor. That's a different video. The credentials of the instructor, the head instructor, or the mini instructors, that will matter in the last place of your considerations list, okay? Yes, you want to have a qualified instructor. That's obvious. But in 2026, There are so many qualified instructors. In fact, some of the people who are excellent at instructing are not necessarily the highest level competitors. So don't get starstruck just because the person has X number of world championships or ADCC championships or Euro championships, the medals, they're awesome, but they might not matter when it comes to instructing. The highest and most obvious example of this is John Danaher. Not much of a record of competition, clearly a fantastic instructor, clearly a fantastic coach, clearly knows how to create world champions. So just because your instructor or the prospective instructor you're considering doesn't have a number of world championships under their belt, that does not necessarily disqualify them. And conversely, having those world championships, Pan championships, Euro championships, whatever it is, doesn't necessarily qualify them to be a great instructor. It means they were a great competitor, but it doesn't mean they were a great instructor. Michael Jordan was maybe the best basketball player of all time. He was not a great coach, not a great owner, not a great general manager. So the role that a person fills matters. These are a few things you should be considering if you want to explore jiu-jitsu, especially if you want to explore jiu-jitsu over the age of 30 and it's going to be a hobby. I hope this helps. I hope you find an academy. Please come join us on the mats. Jiu-jitsu is so rewarding. These things will help you reap that reward at a higher level.